If I want to ask him questions.
Start. Alright, I think I'm live. I should be live. Hey, how goes it? Ken Bozak. I'm here with the Bitcoin Podcast, and we are celebrating their 200th anniversary episode. I'm here with Min at Royal Ink in New Jersey. Say how goes it, podcast bros?
What's up, man?
Yo.
Are we live? Are we live? You guys got to be my tech support.
Yeah,
on
we're
this.
live. I'm watching it.
We are live.
Audio sound good on your end from the YouTube side?
That is creepy. I can't watch the show and listen to myself at the same time.
That's awesome. There's too many of you in your own head. So, yeah, guys, I'm actually here at a tattoo shop that accepts Bitcoin for my Bitcoin tattoo. How dope is that?
This is
I have
awesome.
to sit up because if I sit back, I'm too black.
Yeah.
Whoa, where'd he go? There he is. All right, Min, why don't you tell everybody where we're at and a little bit about why you started accepting Bitcoin?
Hey guys, so we are over in New Jersey in Summerdale. This is Royal Ink Tattoo Parlor. And ever since we had heard about Bitcoin in general, it just seemed silly not to accept it. And I feel like there's more pros than cons that I could list with that.
Yeah, definitely, especially since I think you just started using Square to accept cards, right?
Yeah.
Dude, how much do they steal from you, dude?
It's like 2.75 or closer to 3%.
3%?
About there. Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, a lot more than just handing you cash or sending you some crypto.
Yeah, it definitely is a lot.
Yeah. My artist will flat out not accept cards. It's
Yeah.
like big sign at the front that says cash only
Yeah.
for that
exactly.
reason.
You gonna start?
Yeah, they were saying
my,
that it should be cash only. It used to be.
Yeah. A lot of times, it's preferred. It definitely is preferred.
Yeah.
Because every time somebody does it on card, well, there's two headaches with that. Number one, now it's on the books if I'm going to, and then number two, now I have to get a portion taken out.
Number three, I could go home and say my credit card was stolen, and I can get
yeah,
my
you
money
could.
back and keep the tattoo.
Yeah, you could.
You know what?
File a
Instead of
Reg E.
accepting Bitcoin, can I use my Visa card on the way out?
Yeah.
Hey, what are you gonna do? So, like, give?
Smart.
Can I have the product back, please?
You start.
Take my tattoo off my body.
I start.
Oh, here
I don't
we
want it
go.
anymore.
Here we go. And it's in me. Ow. Alright, so guys, 200 episodes. That's pretty big shit, man. Like, that's a lot of guests. Some of the biggest, in your opinion, guys, who were some of the biggest guys you've interviewed?
Andreas. Andreas.
Hey, I was there for that one. Way back in the way
Yeah,
back.
we brought you in for that one. Yeah, I mean we've had I don't know. The whole point of kind of this podcast was to get the whole broad scope of all the things this technology touches on, right? We don't want to get just the big names. Don't get me wrong, it's been nice getting people like Andreas and Joe Lubin and people like that to come on and talk about things, but I think it's kind of more interesting to get the character pieces of all of the different ways this technology touches people, like shit like this, right? Like this is interesting to get a piece of like, tattoos who only like tattoo parlors only accept cash, and this is they're more often than not willing to accept crypto because it's basically digital cash.
Exactly.
And instead of only accepting cash, like physical cash, they can say, "Oh, we opened up to crypto. Now we accept payments from all around the world and shit like that." That's way more interesting to me than talking to somebody that has basically a pitch when they come onto your show where they can only say certain things and then they walk away.
Yeah, the coolest part is he actually holds the crypto, so it's not like he's looking for a fiat way out. You know, he's not using Coinbase or anything to cash out. He's holding the crypto or using it like on Purse.io or whatever to buy things. So it's money as money, used as money. Ooh, that feels
Not
good.
me. I started this show because I'm running for president in 2020. So, man, it came a lot faster than we thought it would. And I know when we started it, it was always like, man, I don't know how long we're going to be doing this. We knew we got excited to do it every week. In fact, it is what I look forward to, is recording every show every week.
I think that
And
us doing this is a testament to like the grind. Like anybody who's listening to this who hasn't heard our early episodes, go listen to our early episodes and listen to how terrible they are. Like
they're so bad.
Dude,
I was living in
50 are my
Brazil.
favorite.
There's nothing but like birds in the background with my dogs barking, and like we don't know what we're talking about. Like, granted, we understand the technology, but we don't know how to do a podcast. And through like the last 200 episodes, we've slowly but surely learned how to talk to people, how to have some modicum of professional audio quality. Oh, there's some dogs. There you go. So we still have dogs.
There's the irony. Yeah. Still have dogs in the background.
OG sound effects. That was the Marcello with the soundboard effects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a rap air horn now, so the
damn it.
production quality has gone up quite a bit since we started. The production quality is just through the roof now.
You guys interview people in this space
so-
from, porn stars. There we go.
Yeah.
The soundboard.
So-
From porn stars to rappers to founders to developers.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Well,
CEOs, CFOs.
we should ask like why you're getting the tattoo and like what does the podcast mean for you and what it did for you and
All right, so
All
first
that.
off, podcast is family. But no, seriously,
Family.
like if it wasn't for the podcast, and like personally, a lot to D for pushing me to do more in the industry than just be a spectator. I wouldn't have learned the way I learned about cryptocurrencies if it wasn't for you guys. And if I didn't learn about it the way I did learn about it, I wouldn't be here the way I am here in the industry now. So my understanding of this space is, indebted to the podcast and all the knowledge that it brought to me. I mean, I started at episode 1 and worked my way up to the current episode when I finally caught up. And, by the time I caught up, you guys just seemed to be, like, really on top of it. Like, there was no, nothing to sell. There was no this or that. It wasn't pitching or anything. It was just, opinion and facts on top of opinion and news. And with all that, the way you guys presented it, it was just digestible for me. And a lot of people, and I'm not the only one, you guys get hit after hit per episode because the way you present the information is digestible to a degree that wouldn't be any other way. And I just feel like without the podcast, I wouldn't be who I am, where I am in this industry. Yeah, man, I look forward to every episode. I look forward to, now, you guys have way too many channels on the network. And I don't mean that in a bad way at all. It's just I wish I had more time in my week to catch up on all of them. And you guys are doing a big service to the industry with all that hours. I mean, you guys put in hours after hours of effort into this. And you don't ask for anything, it's just, getting this tattoo is a way of saying thank you to you guys. And, it's like we were talking earlier off air, it's like a time capsule. Like, this period in my life means that much to me that I have to get it immortalized on my body.
Wow.
I think it's kind of funny. Like, we started out as a podcast on a Facebook group. It was me, D, and Marcello with like a podcast. Like, we just basically took recordings, and so all of our conversation went through that Facebook group, regardless if it was like all the bullshit Street Fighter talk that D would come up with. It didn't matter what it was. It all went straight through a Facebook
Interesting
group.
qualifier. You said bullshit there. I don't know if I'd qualify it like that, but
Well, And then slowly but surely, we learned more and more and more stuff. And then we kept growing and growing and growing. And I remember when you came into the picture and started helping us out with descriptions and things like that. And then you grew up and started kind of building your own channel, making your own interviews. And here you are now. And it's kind of, it's interesting to see like this side project that we grew just because we wanted to like talk about something, and we just kept doing it. And then we have also had people come up with us, and to see like where you have become as big as you are is also like it's interesting. It's awesome to see someone has made almost, I would say, a career out of something we built as a side project.
It is,
and I think
exactly what it is, man. And thank you so much for that. Because exactly, I wouldn't have been able to do this if it wasn't for the, writing those descriptions and being, motivated to do the interviews of my own and stuff like that. This tattoo kind of hurts.
Love is pain, bro.
It hurts good.
Oh,
It hurts
It's a good hurt.
It hurts just as much as hodling Bitcoin in a bull run.
In a good way.
Yeah, it's such a good hurt.
Have we tweeted this out?
Yeah,
Tweet this out?
I've taken care of it.
There's so many versions of myself on my screens right now.
It's very weird.
I got me on my
one
left
day that I
screen,
picked
me on my
like
front screen.
a bro tank is the day that I go on a live stream.
Rocking a
So you
bro
guys-
tank with the chest hair out
That's
is
hot,
how I
dude.
prefer to go live, baby.
So in the last 10 episodes, we've interviewed a member of Consensus. We've interviewed a UFC fighter. We've interviewed a CIA analyst. We've interviewed the first heterosexual Asian male porn star.
Yeah.
We've interviewed the CEO of Edge. And this is just in the last 10 episodes. So that kind of gives you some scope of what the show is about and the topics that we cover. It's all crypto related.
That's awesome. Went from CIA to porn right away. Love it.
Well, I mean, Bitcoin and crypto has an effect on all those things. There's no reason to not interview those people.
What industry do you guys see adopting this technology in the mainstream? Like, do you think it's going to be the porn industry, the gaming industry, the gambling industry?
I think it's going to be the underground geriatric gambling industry, like when they're shuffleboarding and they need a way to gamble on their shuffleboard matches underneath the table of the nurses.
Cruise ship, shuffleboard gambling with crypto.
That's right, underground shuffleboarding. It is, that's a good question. Right now, I don't know. I'd have to say can you call trading an industry?
Yeah, I wouldn't give credit to one genre. I think it's going to be a culmination of a lot of things.
But
Like what?
Nice.
In the way the history has presented, though, you can see the adult industry is usually the front runner in all technological advancements in the mainstream.
That we can't hear shit, Ken. There's a baby in the background.
Hey, that's not my baby.
That's what he said.
Hey, I will go on Jerry. It is not mine.
Your dog is louder than my baby.
Yeah.
That's what she
I
said.
have no things. I live in
Yeah.
complete silence all the time.
I mean, you
Halfway
can put
crazy.
the baby outside.
You have
Don't
lasagna
go
living.
outside. So what have you done with Bitcoin lately? Anybody trade it, use it? Like, I use crypto daily here, man. My tattoo, my eggs, bread, milk, my car insurance, right?
I sent somebody $15 in Bitcoin today.
No, that's chump change, man. What was the fee? 10 cents?
Calm down, baller. Chump change. It's like a month's salary for people on this planet sometimes. You got this chump change. $15. No, I'm kidding. Long story short, my barber here, where I just moved, is heavy into crypto, and he has these like crypto education seminars, and he wants me to come talk at one of them.
Oh, that's so cool.
But he was like, I just love it, but I don't own any of it. So I was like, that's weird. So I sent him $15 of it.
Oh, no, that's...
So he has a seminar and he doesn't own any?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I was like, why do you do them why do you own it? Why are you so
Yeah,
why are
he
you
needs to
so
go
into
back to the
educating
drawing
the
board.
community on something you don't own?
Well,
And he was like, I don't know, I just like to see people do well. I was like, interesting response. But
Maybe that's how
You see that a lot, though.
should have told him no.
That own it. That, like, I mean, my news show, Hashing It Out. Like, there's a lot of people who own, or sorry, Colin understands the technology better than most people that I know. But he doesn't own any crypto other than some Cardano.
Really? Cardano? That's his go-to?
That's his go-to. Like he has a little bit of that. He doesn't own anything else, but he understands the technology better than almost anyone else I know.
I think he's gonna kick himself later.
I think
That's
so
gonna be
too.
a
I own a shitload of it. I got crypto at the ass.
But if you understand it, why not invest in it?
Good question.
No,
I
some
don't know.
people can't, you know? I mean, depending on the job you have, maybe you're not allowed to.
Maybe you're living so close to your means that if you don't have the room to we say that all the time, right? We say don't invest what you can't lose. Some people don't have money they can't lose.
That's true. That's more true than not. I mean, what is it? 70% of Americans don't have $1,000 in their savings for a rainy day or emergency.
I don't know.
I do. They don't.
I don't.
Yeah, we don't want them to put that rainy day money into crypto because if it dips, they don't see it as a buying opportunity. They see that as a,
Because oh shit, my month's gone. I can't feed my baby.
Yeah. That's why I think Coinbase bought Earn.com. You
I
can
don't
earn
think
Bitcoin by
there's
doing
anyone
everyday things.
that's zeroing out every month.
I think
I think-
so. Let's go back to the question about like what's the adoption going to look like? Real adoption is going to come from, in my what I really hope is people earning cryptocurrencies through contributing online, and then that making their life better.
I thought we
Right.
were friends, bro.
They're not like they get their money through contributing to some project online, and then they can pay the bills through doing something like that.
I
Whereas
know-
beforehand they could never do something like
I
that.
know
And
plenty of
that's
people
the
in real
ideal
life
scenario.
that have made decent livings off of steaming. I've met them in real life, dude, at South by Southwest in Texas or in Philly even at these meetups I go to. People that don't have any way of making money to get crypto, they decided to start a Steemit account, and now they're earning it to the point where that's their career. It's crazy how big Steemit has picked up and made an opportunity for people to make careers out of just doing what they do on Instagram.
That's weird to me. Doing what you do on Instagram and being like, that's your job.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Well,
On
Instagram's a
Instagram,
job
dreams
for some
don't get
people.
trapped. Dreams live outside the box.
Dream your dreams, you dreamer.
You could dream any dream on Instagram.
My dream had a dream.
Yeah.
Maybe we should be doing more social media pushing and
I think we
making
should.
money out there.
I just live too boring of a life to be on Instagram like that.
No,
That's
you
what-
don't. You're just not selling it.
Yeah.
Dude.
Also,
My life's
the
pretty
last
boring.
picture you uploaded, the captions cut off, so you still need to learn how to Instagram.
You
Other
need
than
to
that,
learn
it's
how
good.
Instagram. You gotta touch the photo, man, and then a caption shows up.
I did touch the photo. I blew it up. It's still cut off.
Man, what the fuck?
Man, I could send crypto to somebody at random on Instagram by posting a private key once a week. And the first person to sweep it gets the crypto. And there's nobody anywhere in the world that can stop me from giving away that money.
Yeah, you can't do that with anything else. There's nothing else you can do that with.
Nothing.
Damn it. See, now I gotta delete this photo.
Here's a question: how do you feel about like incentivizing your listeners with money? Because like I want like I don't know. We've tried to build our audience as like legitimately as possible, like so that we know anyone who's listening to us truly cares. And there's a part of me that feels like if you're trying to grow your audience by incentivizing them to try and earn money, they don't really give a shit about what you're saying. They just want to make money.
Yeah, but the give a shit is a byproduct, right? So, I mean, like that's the thing in crypto, right? Microtransactions, they enable the ability for you to gamify, monetize, and incentivize people to interact. I mean, your data, your attention is valuable, right? Like, there's so many different ways in crypto I can sell my attention. You know, I could use pre-search instead of Google to earn crypto, or using Brave browser. Attention is worth something. You have to pay for the attention. Some people you can incentivize through gamifying you know, and incentivizing them for their attention that they give you. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if the end game is to get the attention, then it doesn't matter where you start.
You hide that, dude. What if you do like a 12-word seed every week where you say this is word 1, word 2, word 3 during the podcast, and people have to sweep it? Ooh,
That's not a bad idea.
So they have
That's
to
actually a
listen
good
to
idea.
all the episodes to figure out what word's what, and nobody's going to want to share it. You know, you're going to have to listen to the whole episode to find that word. Nobody's going to be giving that away for free.
So what you're saying is I should take my Ledger Blue, like generate new seeds, let those seeds be the words, and then people just sweep it out. And then the next week I do the same thing, generate another new seed.
Yeah,
and then on the show.
Yeah, you can do it, even stretch it out more. You can give one word away, and you have to wait 12 episodes to get the wallet. But I mean, there's nothing
That's
wrong
pretty
with,
good, sir.
There's nothing wrong with putting a game in it, gamifying it, incentivizing people for their attention, and then rewarding them on that, you know?
People love games nowadays too, man. I
Yeah.
have like Clash of Clans.
I had somebody I was talking to about like a room escape crypto thing, where it's like crypto clues in the room and stuff like that. I don't know. It's going to be cool.
I think game. What, Corey? Which ERC? Which one is that? The gaming, the non-fungible token is ERC 721.
721.
Yeah, I think that's gonna have an effect on the youngins.
What do you
Oh,
guys
it's
think
going to have a
about the
huge
wax
effect. You're
token?
going to see a massive market out there for ERC 721 tokens coming up, and then you're going to see exchanges being born around trading those types of tokens, and then incorporating them into different types of games on the Ethereum platform. That's the next boom, in my opinion, of Ethereum, is trading those things and then incorporating them to your games.
Yeah, if I can play one game and earn some coins that I can trade for Bitcoin, and I can play another game that I can't, I'm going to play the one I can earn my money on.
I don't know. Imagine that type of scenario, right? You're playing a game, you get some type of loot, you get some type of item, and then you can sell that item for large amounts of money,
Did you
which
guys
you can,
hear
which
about
could
that-
then like pay your rent.
Did you guys hear about that game on Steam, The Count of Monte Crypto? If you were the first person to beat it, it exposes a private key.
I haven't heard about that,
It's
but
a
I almost
whole
want to
Bitcoin-
play it. Just
one whole
I like
Bitcoin
that
for the
name.
first person who can beat the game.
Hmm.
And I was thinking, what if somebody, like Corey was saying, designs a game, but instead it's like Mario Brothers. If you're the first person to find that warp zone, you get a private key, and you can sweep it. And now, everybody that comes there afterwards, you know, they can't sweep it, but now they're looking for the next warp zone.
Yeah, but that's a problem with that, because the people, I mean, I guess if the people who are playing this game, they're automatically savvy on how to sweep keys, but there's a lot of ignorance around, like, if I give someone a private key, about 99.99% of the people I gave it to wouldn't know what the fuck to do with it.
Yeah, but if they got, you know, if they're playing a game and earning it, they're incentivized to learn about it, right?
It's true.
If I
It does
gave
give them a
somebody
reason to earn it. So like, this is
$100
worth so much money. Go
Yeah.
figure out how to get it.
Right, but you're saying if you give them $100 or whatever in Bitcoin, it's not the same as them playing the game and basically, in their opinion, earning it, right? Like, they would establish that value of their own on top of it because the manpower it took to find that and then sweep it. So I think that would incentivize more people than less to learn. Like, I think the knowledge part is a byproduct of the price, you know, or whatever, the value. The amount of. If people get $1 in Bitcoin, they don't care. But if they earn that dollar, they care.
I'll give you that. I'll definitely give you that.
Oh man, my arm is falling asleep. Hold on, I gotta get my arm back awake. Oh,
Tom, I'm
dude,
about to
we're
put you on
almost there,
blast.
man. We're almost there.
I guess
guys.
Tom is creeping on us, and he asked me in my Facebook Messenger, "What kind of grown man wears a tank top?"
We're kind of grown, man. Where's the tank top?
Who asked that?
Tom.
My friend Tom?
Yes, your friend Tom.
Fuck him. I
Our
don't care.
mutual friend Tom. Start talking shit to him. He's watching
Is he
right now. I
watching
know he
this?
is.
Yeah,
I put you on Front Street, Tom.
Hey guys, we're almost done here, man. This thing looks
Oh,
good.
I got
Look
a
at
straight
that.
message. Are you really wearing a fucking tank top live on the internet? I lived in Brazil, man. I wear the tank top all the time. Tank tops are for life.
When you came over to
You
my
have
crib,
open toe shoes on right now?
and
Toe shoes? No, I'm wearing Havaianas.
what the hell's that?
Flip
That sounds
flops.
fancy.
Oh, I think when you came to my crib for my birthday, like 3 years back, my pops was like,
Oh my god.
when you just like walked in the backyard, took your shirt off, and flip flops, and were just chilling like barefoot. He was like, "Oh, he just really doesn't give a shit, does he?" And I was like, "I guess not. I mean,
I'm a doctor. I don't
living in
care.
Brazil."
Do whatever I want.
I'm a doctor.
Crocs or go home.
I gotta
What are you
go
gonna
to
do?
I gotta
Take it
go
away
to
from
school
me?
for botany, so I could be a doctor in podology.
I don't think that's a thing,
It
Ken.
will be if I get a doctorate in botany.
I still think it's a stretch, even after you, even if you get a doctorate.
If I start my own study of cannabis plants and call it potology, it'll be a real thing.
It's possible,
Hold on, Googling.
Google
But-
it. Yes.
but given the shenanigans that I've been not able to escape because that's how our world is framed now, according to Kanye West, you can be whatever you want to be.
Oh
I wanna
my
be a
god.
dragon. I want to be a dragon so bad.
Yo, me
Do-
too.
Potology. Dr. Nuke's Guide to the Science of Cannabis.
Okay, guys.
Podology's a thing.
Podology's a thing.
It is a book on Amazon. It is the name of the book is Potology, Dr. Nuke's Guide to the Science of Cannabis and the Sociology of Getting Stoned. This was
Interesting.
published in 1995, and it is
Oh, wow.
$12.32 on Amazon. It's probably real bad.
Yeah, I'm imagining it's gonna be.
I'm going to deep dive into Dr. Nuke and see if he's a real person.
Yo, did you guys see that Dash partnered with Alt36 that just got their license, so they can be a point of sale system now at cannabis dispensaries? 4,000 cannabis dispensaries accept Dash via Alt36.
Mm.
Yeah, boy, they just got their all paperwork and everything all legalized the other day, like 2 days ago.
I don't have any Dash, nor do I want any, but I know that people love it. So
Well, I can buy weed
Shout-
at my Dash now, so I'm gonna be getting more Dash if I plan on getting more weed.
yeah.
Okay, so Dr. Nuke is not a doctor.
No.
Oh, really?
Figured it
He
out.
has 3 studies: Podology, Whizology, and Tripology.
Oh.
They're a series
Oh,
of booklets.
Good God.
Yeah.
So the doctor
He's
is
not a
like
real
doctor.
a pseudonym, like Dr. Seuss. Except Dr. Seuss,
How-
I think, actually had a
No,
doctorate.
Dr. Seuss was a doctor.
Yeah, it was a doctor, yeah.
I wonder how to get Whizology, you say?
I think it's more like the analogy like Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He
he's a
modeled
doctor.
it after he modeled it after a real doctor who studied the psychosocial effects of drugs, but this guy is not a doctor.
1995.
Dr. Dre
yo.
is a doctor,
Where have
isn't he?
these guys been?
No,
No.
it's not.
He's got one of those free doctorates.
No,
they
he
hand out.
doesn't.
Honorary.
If he does, it
He's an
doesn't count.
honorary, I think.
What do you mean it doesn't
Not-
count?
He
not
didn't
a
get an
doctor.
honorary doctor in 1988 when he started out. Maybe a couple of years ago when he's a billionaire, they
Doesn't
gave him
count.
one.
Doesn't count.
Well, that makes him a doctor now. It doesn't
No,
matter.
Doesn't count.
You're talking
You
to
fake it till
somebody
you
who's
make
a
it.
real doctor.
All right, and he
It
was
doesn't
he was
count.
Dr. Dre, and then he got an honorary.
No, this
And
is
now he's-
interesting. So a guy who spends all the money and earns a PhD, if someone gets an honorary degree, that has to piss you off, and you're going to discredit it because it took you like 10 years to get it.
Yeah. Discredited
it
it.
took me 10 years. It took me 10 years to get my doctorate of like hard work in science, and then
You
don't
could
get me
have
wrong.
just made a bunch of rap
I love the
albums.
Chronic, but
I
he's not a
love.
fucking doctor.
I love the Chronic.
He's not a doctor.
I mean, when I'm
Wait.
feeling bad and I turn them on, it makes me feel better. I mean, that's just about as doctory as it gets.
There's a shockingly amount of celebrities who have honorary degrees.
Yeah, it's
Ben
like a
Affleck.
marketing thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Ben
for the school-
Affleck's got a
the school
degree,
is marketing.
honorary degree. Oh, Kanye West has one too. How about that?
Where did he get his doctorate
His got
from?
revoked.
Chicago State University gave him an honorary doctorate degree 3 years ago.
What
For
is this world
fashion?
coming to?
Was it for
What have I
fashion?
done?
He's a fashion doctor now.
You have the same level of schooling as Kanye West.
Oh God.
I went on Reddit and I found the first comment that said, "Dr. Dre is not a PhD. He's an MD doctor since he has to handle a lot of sick beats." And I
Stupid.
thought that was funny.
I think I'm done here.
That's great.
I'm gonna go cry in a corner.
Him and John Cena both got degrees in thugonomics. That was another popular comment. All right, we're off that. Next
You
topic.
just-
Next
Just said
topic:
comment.
celebrities in crypto. Snoop Dogg
Yeah.
Ripple event. What do you guys think about that?
Say what now?
There's going to be a Snoop Dogg conference, Ripple conference with a Snoop Dogg concert in it, and it's invite only. Very exclusive Ripple event with Snoop Dogg live.
I don't know what to think of it, honestly.
What do you guys think about Ripple? Because I hate Ripple. Openly, publicly hate Ripple, but I think it'll be the next Coinbase coin, probably before they do that ERC20 thing they talked about.
I don't.
I say that's if that happens, then there's you can't. I don't know that
He's
they
just
have already
gonna
laid out.
perform.
Huh?
He's not going to promote Ripple. He's just there to perform.
Yeah, but isn't that
Yeah, he's getting
promoting
paid a
Ripple,
lot. By the way, he's getting paid probably like $50,000.
What does it mean for a company like Ripple to start? I mean, you got to think about the company and how they've pivoted in terms of what they're trying to do. They've been trying to legitimize themselves since the beginning of when they started.
You got the T and the
They
P
then
there.
sold themselves as like the enterprise level coin that does bank-to-bank transfers or intermittences or whatever the fuck they do. And now they're saying, you know what? Let's just go after rappers and do concerts. Like, who's their audience? What's their demographic? What are they trying to do? Because
I'm just gonna
Ripple,
say
as a
this.
company, is a company, and they're trying to make money.
Right.
I've said it in the Slack a bunch of times, and everybody just thinks I'm talking that shit. But black people love Ripple a lot.
Now,
Well, I think it has a lot to do with a lot of things. One, they feel like they can't afford the other cryptos because honestly, if you look at the price of Bitcoin, and even though somebody is telling you from a mountaintop, you don't have to buy one whole Bitcoin, it's a psychological effect. Black people in our country just tend to not have a lot of money, so if they look at a Ripple and it's 84 cents, they feel like they can afford it. They buy a lot of them.
Yeah, I can
Black
see
people
why.
have a lot of Ripple. So who's an obvious person that you want to get to perform for Ripple enthusiasts? Snoop Dogg. I mean, that's just is the way it is. I'm in like 2 black people crypto groups on Facebook, and it's like all Ripple all day. And I'm like, guys, this is a bad idea. And they're like,
Can you explain?
you don't know what you're
why
talking about.
might be a
Ripple is the
bad
best
idea?
technology ever.
I mean,
Yeah.
Cardano is half the price of Ripple with a smaller circulating supply. I mean, they should just.
It's 95% pre-mined. Good though,
It's
because
not-
I'm joking.
Yeah,
I like Cardano. It's a great,
Oh.
it's a great project. Just like it's not a racial thing. These things aren't racial things. Why is Ripple
Ah, damn.
why is Ripple popular in the black community?
because it's cheap.
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah,
There's a
but
lot
so,
of cheap
so
things.
Stellar and
So
Cardano
many
are
cheap
cheap.
things.
Doge.
Well, hop up in black people and in crypto like I'm in there and see the tokens that are talked about, and you're just like, what? Why? You?
Well, then you need to be much
Yeah,
more of
I
an
was gonna say,
influence in
dude.
those communities
Yeah.
because they're not going to
You.
listen to me. Like
I'm
and
not.
I'm white.
I took off my
they're not gonna listen to me.
ambassador for the Black Nation hat a long time ago, my friend. I'm not.
There's
doing
only like
that.
12 of you. It can't be that daunting of a task.
What do you? 12 black people in crypto. 12 people. Like,
It's not like it's.
No.
It's not like when we go to a conference. It's Wakanda forever in there.
It's
there's not
definitely
that
not
many of y'all.
Wakanda forever at the conference. Definitely
My
not.
mom is, like,
Um,
asleep.
Now it gets Wakanda,
Yeah.
Wakanda forever at the crypto conference.
So you still have to hit
I just
around the
that's just
shit,
an
are you done,
observation that I
Ken?
had.
Wow, almost about 5 more minutes or so. Let's see what he has left. My arm is dead asleep though. I can't feel his face.
Do some like fist grips. Do some fist grips.
I think I'll just
Blood
vape.
pumping through that
I'll
arm.
hit the vape. That'll work. Oh.
I really hope.
You
this
know
works.
what? You're right. It's probably not a race thing, but I do know
Kicking ass.
it's weird because it's Snoop Dogg. But Cello, you said he takes crypto, right? Like his football league, his youth football league, they take crypto.
Yeah.
So I actually watched the Snoop Youth Football League documentary on Netflix, and from what I can tell you is, if I had kids, they would not be in that league.
They wouldn't be in football, period. Don't do football, kids. It's bad for your health.
Yeah, football's stupid.
You talking any
Wait a second.
retired
Both of
from-
you two stupids, be quiet, because football is the greatest sport that's ever existed on the planet.
If you want brain damage, yeah, sure, go
Yeah.
for it.
Look, man, they signed up for that, and they get hazard pay. If they want to run full speed at each other's faces, then albeit. But that's what I want to see.
I don't know, man. I think flag football is coming, and I think it's gonna come fierce, man. That
Hold
Terrell
on.
Owens,
Hold
Terrell
on.
Owens, and Mike Vick and all them guys are supporting that electronic flag football pretty heavy, guys.
Nobody gives a shit about flag football.
Not yet, not yet. I'm telling you, man.
The day flag football becomes a thing is the same day I moved to France.
Yo,
I think
wish
XFL will take off
yeah,
before that.
XFL,
Yeah,
thank you.
same
I
day
missed
flag
that.
football becomes a thing is the same day that like soccer becomes a national sport for America.
I'm gonna go on Augur and put in some kind of prediction market bet and bet in the next 10 years football is gone and flag football is in, dude.
I bet you won't get a flag football tattoo.
And if I win that Augur bet, shit, might.
Holy shit, Corey, you don't know what GDPR is? I can actually educate you on that.
What is GDPR?
Well, it's kind of boring, so I don't want to waste time here talking about it, but I can tell you about it.
Gross
It's-
domestic national product? Nope.
It's this thing from like England or something that it's going to regulate crypto. It goes into effect like later this month,
Yeah, 17% tax or something, right?
something like that.
Yeah, people are thinking it had a lot to do with why Zuckerberg sold all his
His stocks, yeah.
Facebook stock this year.
This is
'Cause that's
educational
coming
for the
over here.
people. What is this? I don't understand what this is.
It's a
So
isn't
it's-
it? Go ahead.
It's a
Phil.
compliance. It's a compliance thing going into effect that says that you can't export personal data out from your company. So a lot of these centralized companies, it's basically the second coming of an SEC violation.
Yeah, so Facebook, the way they make all of their money is going away. So GDPR is starting in Europe, and it's going to make its way around the world because it's really solidly put together. But if that happens, people like Facebook and Snapchat and blah, 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 that sell
Wait.
the shit out of your activity.
So Cambridge Analytica went out of business.
Yeah, they
The,
did.
Would
the
you like
regulation, I'm going to get this straight. The regulation is, say I'm a company and I have a bunch of users. I can't mine their data and then sell that usage data to another company for profit?
Yeah, it's a data protection law.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Well then, what's the, like, what's the point of all this?
ads.
If it's illegal to sell data, centralization services no longer become economically feasible. Because that's the point of running free services. The reason why all the massive services that we have now are free is because they're selling your data. If they can't sell your data, those services will not be free.
Yeah, but Corey, have you also noticed the trend that a lot of the better services now aren't giving you the good stuff for free anymore because they're not selling your data?
All right, say what's up with Google and tell me, and then keep going.
Well, Google's unstoppable, man. They're literally unstoppable. They've been
What
doing
if
it
what if
forever.
it's illegal to sell that data?
They'll pay a way to change that law the next day.
Okay, what about all the government contracts they have? What about all the other products that they sell? Like Google does different things. They've been around long enough that they're gonna survive that. But like Slack is a great service, but they charge an arm and a leg for their service if you want the pro. Because they're probably not selling your usage data that much. And like all these new services I go to and try to use, the free version is just a piece of crap, and then you got to pay $20 a month for the service.
But they do that on
You know,
purpose
so-
with that free crappy version, man.
Man, sometimes you can't make gold with the free crappy version.
Well,
Sometimes
maybe
you
this
just
is a
gotta
push. Maybe this ends up being a push for for more decentralized services because the centralized model doesn't work anymore. Freemium models only work to a certain extent, but if you control your data, you can make profits from it, and then the applications in between, decentralized applications in between, can then make a fraction by using a service but not ever holding your data, then it's a reason for people to develop applications on decentralized networks.
I just want people to develop decentralized networks.
That's what I mean. This is incentivize them to do so if it's no longer profitable to make centralized services and sell that data.
Yeah. I think that's why a lot of people tried to get on the crypto train last year, but they didn't know what the hell they were doing, and then we had this mass exodus in the first quarter.
Well, Zuckerberg
They see
said
the
at
writing on the
beginning
wall.
Of the year, Zuckerberg said he's going to spend this year for the first time. He never looked at it at blockchain technology, so we'll find out real soon.
I mean, the thing is that like you can do a freemium model without selling people's data. There's really two metrics you care about when you're running a business on the freemium model. That is the cost per user and the length of time it takes to turn a user from a free user to a paid user. You don't have to sell their data for that. You can just make really, really, really awesome services and then say like, hey, well, we're going to start charging you for these awesome services.
All right, so hear me out. You let me, you charge me for the services. Let me pay you for your services. But I have the choice to take that data and sell it to the companies that you would have sold it to myself to make the money to pay you for the service.
Or one of the services is I take the data and I put it in front of the companies and I take a little bit by being the middleman. But I give you the money you make from your data, but I skim a little off the top for being the middleman because I've already been getting money from those people already.
Data
I've got
escrow?
the relationship. I'm just gonna give you some kickbacks.
I like it. Let's do it.
I mean, there's ways to run a freemium business model without leeching off of the data from your customers. But, Cello, I'm glad you brought that up, man. I forgot all about GDPR. It is live in Europe.
Well, at my day job, they talked about it every day.
That's so sore.
Live.
We done here?
We're done, guys.
I think
Got a
so.
full-on Bitcoin podcast tattoo.
Let's check it out.
Now, if you want, what I could do is you see how there's a B. You see how
All right, so we are shutting down the Bitcoin Podcast Network.
Yeah, after it heals up.
Absolutely.
We're actually, Ken, we're thinking about getting rebranded. We wanted to get your opinion on the icon.
The Crypto Podcast. You guys are going all out.
The Blockchain podcast.
The Blockchain Podcast. I like it. I'll have to get it fixed up. I'll go get it touched up. You have the sandpaper.
We do own
right?
the Blockchain Podcast
Yeah, we have
Network, right?
sandpaper. We can fix that.
You got to come down a little bit.
Oh,
Oh my god.
There it is.
Hold on, let's see.
man.
Shit. Holy shit.
I love it.
Can we get a screenshot of that? I want a screenshot.
Yeah.
I don't know how to
Ken,
screenshot.
take a good picture of that and send it to us, and we'll blast it out.
Yeah, take a picture that's a little bit higher quality than this live stream.
That's
It
awesome.
doesn't have homegirl with the short shorts in the background doing her thing in it.
Yeah.
And we can dang, my eyes gravitated.
Oh man, this is
Stranger's
the man
Food.
right here.
What's up, guys?
There he is, man. Here, man, open up your wallet so I can send you some Dash right now. I'll send
Yeah,
you
I'll-
some Dash to pay for this. I know it's ironic because this is the Bitcoin podcast, but we're gonna send this man some Dash right now because my
Do
other
not-
wallet wasn't working.
We as the Bitcoin
Well, you know
podcast
what?
do
I
not
just
support
got a
Dash.
new phone the other day, so I
Yeah,
actually
we-
downloaded the Dash
I mean,
wallet.
Dash was Dash.
I
What
don't
do
know.
we
I
support?
I really don't. I don't think we support anything really.
I support, what's his name? Beto. The
You have the Edge
congressman
wallet?
running here in Texaco.
Don't.
Vote for
I
You don't have
Beto.
support
the Dash
too.
wallet yet? I thought you
Vote
already
for
had it
Beto.
from
I
Nice Meetup.
did. I got a new phone.
New phone.
Yeah.
New phone.
Vote for
problems.
Beto if you're
All
in
right,
Texas.
all right, off air, I guess I'll send him some crypto, guys. All right, so he's going to download the cryptocurrency wallet. I'm going to send him some crypto to pay for it. New phone problems. That's
Beto.
what it is. All right, guys.
All right, Ken, send
Thank
me a
you,
bill.
guys.
We'll pay for it.
Appreciate it, man. All right, guys. Love you guys. Everybody, check out the links in the description box below. Shout out to the Bitcoin Podcast. Congratulations on the 200 episodes, guys. There's links in the description box for that. And there's a link in the description box if you're local. You can come get a tattoo and pay for it in crypto. All right, guys. Have a day.